Okay, welcome to MD Model Works. I've had a little bit of a hiatus off the videos for a couple of weeks. It is quite pressurised. I do enjoy it, but you know, you have to talk all the way through, so things don't always go as you wish. But what we're going to do, as you've probably seen on the run-up, we're going for the Hawker Hurricane or Sea Hurricane Mk.Ib. What I'm going to do a video build on this one. I'm hoping to get it done in a couple of days. Whether the video will be up in time, I don't know. But what we're doing, well, what I've done so far, is to get all the parts off the sprue, tree, whatever you want to call it. I've cleaned most of them up. So what we're going to do, we're going to build a few sub-assemblies. I've worked out from the model that we can do some sub-assemblies and we can spray it all in one hit and just pick out what we need to pick out with a brush a little later. So we're doing it all for speed really. We're going to see how good a quality build we can get at a breakneck speed. So what we're going to do, we're going to get our glue ready, which here it is, which is Tamiya extra thin as per usual. We've got our instructions. So the only extras we're going to use are the Edard harnesses designed specifically for this kit. We're just going to go and do our sub-assemblies, get them all glued to what we need to, as I said. Right, so instructions are calling out for part 1, which is the seat. So we'll just have a look at that quickly. That's a bit odd from Airfix. There's no way of gluing that apart from on the edge. So we'll just run a little bit of extra thin around, get our part, check, make sure everything's okay. Just see how it sits, just like so. So that's leveled up. And just making sure we're all lined up how we should, and it looks right. And what we can do is just touch and flow a little bit more glue around it, and that'll hold. So we'll come on the other side. A little bit of a edge there. We'll take that off so it doesn't spoil the finish, and then again I'll rub it round, and there you go. The wind's getting up outside by the sounds of it, from the Beast to the East part 2, so you'll know exactly when this is filmed. It's Saturday afternoon, about 5:15. It's not easy to line that up when there's nothing there to line up with. I've got a little bit of glue on the inside, so I just want a skinny sponge to just clean that up. so it doesn't take and mess up the paint. So that's that there, that's done. And then what we'll do, we'll mount that on a small cocktail stick on the underneath, which will never be seen. So that's ready to paint. Now we come in, it says to glue that onto the backrest, or the bulkhead I should say. What I'm going to do, I'm going to spray that separately, so again that can be put onto a cocktail stick like so, and I can get a bit of glue on it right low, so just in case anything is seen. That can go into the sponge. Right, so next we're on to the wing spars, and we're going to make sure we've got everything correct. So it goes up that way, that faces backwards. This one goes upwards with the wing spar facing forwards like so. And then we have our piece, our integral wall from the outside, just checking to see the orientation, making sure we're good, and how this is going to go in. So it goes onto that piece and that goes in there. Just a little bit of a outline there. Check that fit again, which way it goes. So it goes like that, with that bit part to go onto there. Is that correct? Yeah. So just put a little tiny drop of glue on, and I'm looking again. Always checking. There we go. And again, touch some more glue and that'll go in and around. Hold it there, and we've got our rear piece, which goes forward exactly right. So again, we'll touch the glue on and push that in, which holds nicely, and a little bit of glue to touch on there again. Now if we stand that up, we can then just square it all up to make sure we're all nice and square ready. Okay, that's all that requires us to do at the moment. We can then go on to our next part, which is the rudder pedals. Again, these are the same colour when they're painted. Just having a look at how this fits. So it doesn't go that way, it goes the other way, like so. Either. Yeah, just like that. Okay, so again, a little bit of glue on each area, and place that in. Now if this wasn't a speed build, I would have filled those holes, or the sink marks that are there, but as I'm doing this and I want to get this finished by tomorrow evening, today like I say is Saturday about 5:15, I'm hoping to get this all sprayed up and done by tomorrow night. and finished and deckled. So that's hoping. Right, I'm just looking again, and we need this part and this part that we just glued. Pardon me. And how this works is that has to go under, I believe. This bit goes to the front and fits there. Okay. Nice and fiddly. So that slips under. That goes on there. So where do those two go? Ah, right, okay. Like that. Right. So, glue on the front. Let the glue go in and take. That'll run right along. Now we've got a track underneath there, so just a little bit of glue all the way through. And then that'll sneak onto there. And straighten that bit up. Now the rear parts, just a little bit of glue in there. And we're going to pull it into place to liven it up. And what we are going to do, we're going to check our levels. By just, whoops, wrong way. And we're just going to check our levels to make sure we're okay, and that fits perfectly. So that's good. That can be left to settle and dry. Just like so. Okay. Pull that out a little bit. Right. Just make sure that sits. We then have our little braces. Go in certain places, so we'll go for, again we're looking, and that goes excuse me, to this bit first. We need some glue in there and glue there and there. So we then have our piece that fits in that hole and clamps onto there. That's nice. And then the next part, just having a quick look, see how we're going to do this. So that goes up here and glues into there. And which way up does it go? Like that. Okay. So that slides in the pin mark there and to the bottom. Just need a pair of tweezers just to make sure we've got set right, which we have. Okay, well, the next part is our joystick. Just checking everything, how it sits. So that goes through there. Yep, there. Just leave that there. Right, so you want this bit, which looked like I haven't filed up. That's better. I see you got a couple of little bits there. Right, whoops. What we'll do is we'll get it there. Or should I say there? Check where she glues into, which is trying to get this to settle in where it's got to go. Bit fiddly, but hey ho, that ain't the correct hole by the looks of that. Ah, right, that's what I was doing wrong. Okay, so that sits into there. Right, so a little bit of glue in the hole and at the back to take it, and then we'll get that in there. Bit fiddly. Hey ho, that ain't the correct hole by the looks of that. Ah, right, that's what I was doing wrong. Okay, so that sits into there. Right, so a little bit of glue in the hole and at the back to take it, and then we'll get that in there. Bit fiddly. Right. So now we need to So I think what we'll do, we'll put that back end in first and then do the front. My advice is when you do this, don't do what I've just done and glue the sides in. There we go, we're clipped in. So that bit's in nicely for the joystick. And then we've got the header, which, unlike a Spitfire, this one is quite straight. So we'll just put a little tiny bit of glue onto her, and glue her down, and we're happy. Straighten it up. Let that dry. And we can come in with our black paint and paint that over. Right, so that's page 1 done of the instructions. On to the next side, which are our rudder paddles. Find out which hole it's going to, which again is that one. So we'll just make sure we got them on the right direction. They face that way round. And then put them in so they sit in nice and straight and square. How they should. That's fine. Then we have the other gate. Now remember, everything's got to glue onto this, so we want, is it that one? Yep, that one. No, that one. And of course we want these, both of these glued. And then we can just slot that in, and if you've done everything right, it should just go in. And that's one heck of a sub-assembly so far. Okay, so normally you'd then put your seat in. I'm not going to put that in quite yet. So we turn her over and we put one little bit there of glue, which doesn't go in first actually. This does. So a little bit of glue on there. That just fits on there nicely. This one can now go in on the top, hopefully, he says. Goes down a little bit more. Like so. And see how it fits. That looks okay. So now we just touch and get that straight down the middle, like so. There we go, that's that bit. Now it's asking for your little man. I've got harnesses, so I'm not going to do the little man. Right, so that's basically, apart from we've just knocked a control column over, it's pretty good. So we'll let that dry while we're doing the rest of the parts. I've got a little bit to go up there ready to be painted. The next bit is using our main wing span, which I tend not to do a lot of cleaning up on these until I've glued all the wings together and I can see the join properly, but there are certain places you can just give it a clean from the sprue gates, like so. Right, and then we have this part here, working out which way it goes, and it goes like so. So just checking that it fits okay, which it does. And then we'll run some glue along the back, along the edges, right the way through. Making sure everything is glued and going down correctly. And that is nicely. Then we have our two little pieces to make up our wheel wells. Again, checking on our orientation and which way they should go. And they go in there. So that one into that side. Wrong. That one into that side. And just glue them together. Coming along. And this one. And we'll just make sure that they're both in. They are. And then we have the top bits, which are fine. Going across again, just trying to have a look here. That sits on there like so and gives a lovely look to it. The thing is, can we paint? No, I'm going to spray them separately and then glue them together. I'm still having trouble with that joystick. Right, they can stay out there out of the way. Let that be for a few moments. Right, having a look. Guns, bays. We'll do those bays. We'll put the stair. We'll put the guns in if the wing. Well, they haven't got any holes. I think what we'll do, we'll just get our drill. And drill the gun barrels out. Let's clean those out. Now I'm not going to put the guns into this. They don't show out the front of the area, so as this is a quick build, I'm going to do another one because a friend of mine, Michael Van Kesteren, said there are some parts on this that are missing because of the actual aircraft, so he's going to do those on a printer for me and send me those, and I will do another one on a little bit of a slower build. Perhaps get some aftermarket decals and do something a little bit different with it. But as this is going to be straight out of the box, bar our harnesses, you'd offer to send them to me quick, but I would really love to get this one done by tomorrow, if possible. They look better. And we're just going to clean the wings up just a little bit. As I said, we'll do more cleaning when we got them together, because then they'll be easier. And you don't clean away what you don't want to clean away then. It looks a lot better. I'll just check to see how they go on and if they look okay. Yep, they fit really nicely, so we can get away with that. They're drilled. Let's check this side. And again, a nice fit, I hope. I don't see what will go in very well, but nothing we can't get around. Right, so that's nice. We won't do the lights for now, obviously. We'll do them at a later time. And coming in, we'll put the inside walls of our gun area. Although we're not going to put the guns in, we're going to put the gun just to make the wings that little bit more solid. So we'll just check what goes where. Don't really want me to put them in until I've done the walls, but boom, boom, boom. That one goes on that side. Can't go anywhere else than that. So a touch, a touch. This one the same. They fit in there lovely. So that touch and touch, just to get our glue in, and then just to seal the deal, as they say, we're just going to run some glue in the side, squeeze them up tight. That's fine. Right, now we've got our outside pieces. Our gun area, this one goes this side. Just run a little bit along the track. That's perfect there. Same on this side. Level them up, make sure they're good. That's that. Right, we'll get our tail planes together. Check. So what we'll do, we'll just put a little bit of glue, whoops, on the inside just to start her off. Put that out of the way. Right, just like that. Then we'll run some glue right up, like so. And then we'll dribble a little bit down there, lovely. Put that to one side to dry. Again with this piece we'll just put some glue in the centre. And across the top. And that's brilliant, very happy with that. Looking up, we're going to put our wheels together, even though they are in parts, because they'll look a lot better and we can paint them a little bit easier. Get my Citadel pliers or snippers, take that off, and again, quick take off any roughy bits, like so. We can then glue our wheels together, but we do have a bit of an issue. Bit of flash. So I've got this one. Should now close down a little bit. Okay, flash on here. My fingers aren't doing too good today. Don't seem to fit that one. Oops, that won't fit. Like this one then. That's better. Okay, so we just hold it together, we run the glue right the way round, all the way, press home and leave it. We'll let that dry. We'll put a little bit of glue on the inside and that will accept our centerpiece. We're just going to line this up a little bit better. So that can be put to one side to dry. Then we can mount that onto a cocktail stick later. So again, coming in. Let the glue do the business and run around. Push it together. Get our centre. Glue him in. And push her home. Now what I did on the last one is just touch a little bit of glue so that holds itself in, because there's going to be a bit of pressure on that. So that's that done. Right, so that's all our sub-assemblies done. Time to get some paint out. So in part 2 we'll start painting her.